Hello, friends, and welcome back to coverage of the 2025 World Championships here on MDG Media. This is round 4, back 9 FPO chase card coverage, playing today at the Beast here in Nokia, Finland. Only 9 holes separate our field from that ever-looming cut where only the top 100 players, or roughly half the field, will make it. And Andrew and I have made it here to join you today. I'm Connor Wood, and with me, Mr. Andrew Gunn.
Super happy to be here. Moving day at the Beast. Second to last round. Everyone's jockeying for position, trying to put themselves in a place where they can make a run on the final day. Here we are halfway through the 4th round. Our card doing pretty well, especially Hanna, I think, keeping it quite clean. And then the others right there behind, not too much. Cat on quite the roller coaster ride, as we said. See if she can right the ship and move in the right direction here on moving day with the back 9.
Definitely some hot scores out there by the field, though, both lead card and cards before the chase. They were just lighting it up. Andrew, break down hole 10 for us.
Yeah, hole 10, we're teeing off from the tee pad down there that you saw on your left. 200 meters, you throw over this football or soccer field, and they've tightened up the OB this year, so if you want to turn that corner, you got to push pretty far straight before you fade out. And then wherever you end up, you got to kind of make a decision whether you're going to try to get all the way up to this green or whether you want to play it for par. These hay bales will save you sometimes from the roll away if you're up there by the green. You can also overturn on the left and find OB there. So it's a pretty kind of narrow landing zone for the upshot. This is the tied for the hardest hole on the course today in these tough conditions. 4.86 average.
But a great shot from Hanna there. She gets it around the right side of the tree, swings it back to the left. Some nice distance. She'll have a long upshot. Ideally, you move a little bit more left than her shot did to reduce the distance, like Ella's there. Anywhere near that dry patch of grass is the indicator of a good drive.
Yeah, it's slightly downhill. But you still need a lot of power to get yourself up there into the sweet spot. Eveliina's got all the power in the world to work with, and she puts it right up there beautifully. Exactly what you want.
That is an amazing shot. Not only did she get to the corner, but went around it. And another misrelease. If you didn't join us for the front 9, this has been plaguing Kat's game all day. Early and late releases.
Starting to show some frustration there. Not really sure what's up with her timing. Had some really stellar moments on the front 9, but predominantly just some kind of grip or releasing timing issues, mostly off the tee especially.
And not little ones either, like 20 to 30 degrees left or right of where she's aiming. So I think it comes down to the rain. I think it comes down to the mind-body connection. I think there's a lot of factors accumulating here for round 4 at Worlds. Hanna chips her way with the hyzer. You mentioned this is playing at a 4.8 plus.
Yeah.
4 par here is almost a complete stroke on the field.
Yeah, good to see Hanna keeping it clean. She did so very well on the front 9. That hits the fence and goes OB.
She gave a thumbs up. I think similar to us, we assumed that she
thought it would get a good reaction.
Comes back off the fence. She may have snuck under it.
Another grip block from Cat. Out of bounds early. Trying to work through the process here, figure out what's going on.
Eveliina's second from prime position. She is hunting the birdie, no doubt. This hyzer crashing in. And normally that fence is a safety that can, as long as you're not too high, will filter you back towards the green. There's some gaps in it. There's some gaps under it. There's, of course, the biggest gap over it. And we'll see what happened with Ella, but we go first to Cat. Little to no progress on the last shot, and this one she will bring far more to the left. That is the safe play.
Yep.
Use that fence, use the space available. That OB right does not help you much, and we see Kat now take a moment to try and compose herself after what has been a very troublesome round for her.
Hanna's been perfectly composed, and she continues to keep it clean, really in control. Up there with the par putt.
Half of the soccer field starting from the midfield line and continues as marked. And it's not marked. You have a
Trying to plead her case there. Ultimately, I guess, not given the benefit of the doubt. gives it a good run, that's for sure. Trying to save that par from way deep. Cat forced to straddle, try to put a little anhyzer on that putt. Sails past the basket. Caught by the hay bales, though, at least.
Eveliina for birdie.
Oh, catches a tree. Stays close to the basket, at least. Oh, that's the first miss from short range we've seen from Hanna.
She did all the work. Safe shot, safe shot, safe shot. That was for the par. She'll walk away with a bogey at best now. A triple for Cat. 12 over through the first 10 holes.
Good comebacker. Bogey, unfortunately, as you said. Back to even for the round, but still cruising along. You can see it's a little bit windy. Not sure if that was in her head or affecting the flight there on that short putt, but it's definitely cooled down and a little breezier than we've seen so far this week. Moving on to hole 11. This is a par 3, 101 meters. You see the tee pad right below you now. And this is another classic hole here out at the Beast. You got OB all along the right side and left side. You got this little pond that's also OB that you see a lot of the drives are going to want to try to come in through here. Try to hyzer in with the backhand through those two trees over the pond that you see. Drones going around the backside, which is also an option if you have that power. Keep it on hyzer all the way. But if you don't come back in bounds, then you have to take it pretty far back usually on that shot. It's a classic hole. There always seems to be, a lot of excitement and dramatic score swings on this one. So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
And a great test of those who can throw power and precision. We know that Eveliina, those two things are certainly a part of her game.
Oh.
I haven't seen this footage before. I didn't know she's about to do that, but I'm not surprised. That was such a great shot. Came in before the basket. Goes a bit long even. You'll see if Hanna can match that line now, but you see a difference in arm speed for Eveliina compared to the majority of the field. And that one skips before the pond and into it.
Yeah, pretty rare to get the skip all the way over the pond. So she had to take it back. Strong gust heard here on the microphone as we see that just plunge straight into the pond. It's a shallow pond, so you get your disc back quite quickly and easily, but you got to take that penalty stroke. Cat hanging it wide right. Gets a nice little lift from the wind and fades right on. Okay, a little late on the fade, and unfortunately that's OB as well.
How is that out of bounds?
She's
How
in
the fuck
disbelief.
is that out of bounds?
Surprised. See that not get through. Starting to feel some frustration at the overall score and effect here on moving day. As Ella's putt goes wide right. See if Hanna can connect a huge highlight putt here. Oh, gives it a good scare. Just right in front of the chains. Now Eveliina coming back for birdie. As you foreshadowed nicely, her touch and power. Unfortunately not able to capitalize on the birdie after the brilliant drive. But yeah, Eveliina is that type of player that does that so consistently. Throws those 100+ meter shots on a dime, so.
And I can think of numerous tournament rounds where she's putting for birdie for 15 or more of the 18 holes.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll walk away with a score that's similar to the field. But if she had a higher C1, maybe even C2 percentage, she could be super lights out on some of these very difficult courses where her throwing ability allows her to differentiate herself.
Yeah, 3.58 average on the last one. Moving on.
We get to now hole 12. This tricky par 4 sits at 183 meters. Players will have to throw a straight to right finishing shot here through the gap. They have to beat the low ceiling of the trees, the rising floor of that hill, as well as a steep right to left slope. There's so many things involved in the first shot. to get your disc out of position. If you can find the sweet spot, you're left with a second long hyzer shape or even forehand to counteract that right to left slope into the bowl here and try to make a putt no more than 2 or 3 meters left of the pin. There's a pretty steep drop off into some thick rough. As a result, players will try to land short or right of the pin. Ideally not short and right, however, because that well-guarded green is really doing its job. Shot shapes best for a forehand power hyzer or a backhand roller. Backhand turnover from Eveliina here, also playing really nicely. Such a specific height and turn you need to hit. That shot may have looked simple there by her, but it is anything but that. We go to Hanna now, looking to do the same. And we see for a player who's not the best thrower in the FPO field, how demanding that shot is.
Yeah, this hole is very demanding, very tough. All the way through from tee to green. Got that low ceiling, as you mentioned, in the rising floor throughout. Averaging 4.86, so tied for the most difficult on the track today. Another iconic hole. I mean, they all really are on this course. It's so brilliantly designed to test the best. But this one's quite unique in its shape and what it's requiring. Forehand's good. If you can get it out there. I mean, it's pretty hard to get all the way to the basket on your second, but from over there on, like, as the hill just starts to rise, you can sometimes see the basket at least. That'll work out all right. Cat looking to turn things around. It's a little bit wide right. Catches that ceiling. Knocked down. Inbounds. Now we can see the sun's come out. Rain has stopped. It's going to warm up pretty quickly out there today.
Eveliina smokes this shot. Incredible. It hangs on just at the edge of that steep drop-off. We see how much power she's able to generate with the low ceiling on that big hyzer angle.
Super impressive.
Two great shots from Eveliina. Rare you'll see many people play that hole better in the first two. Hanna gets this a little bit too low to find the big leftwards finish, but she's center fairway. That long look will be available. Cat's third here.
A little early. Good ground play. I believe we're on the right side of the bush. Getting some love from the crowd, and she needs it. She's appreciating it. Struggling through. Tough round out there, but still a crowd favorite. Still a lot of holes to play, a lot of opportunities to get more applause and highlights potentially here. Hanna pitches up. Par's just fine on this one, as we said. Hardest hole on the course. We haven't seen any birdies yet. Ooh, corner pocket. Cat, nicely done. The putter's been pretty good today, really. It's not so much the putts, more the throws that are holding her back.
Absolutely. I think a fair assessment of where Cat is losing strokes. Eveliina, inversely, if they were some sort of doubles team today, they would be shooting an amazing round together. Eveliina is finding her way to the green, but not translating many of the opportunities. Cat having so much trouble onto the green, but once she's there, normally able to clean it up. But we can see for Eveliina, series of pars now.
Yeah, +2 total.
Hey, aren't you Anthony Barella?
Yes, sir. Try out this Venom.
Thanks, man. Hey, hurry up, man. You're taking forever.
Sorry, man. No 30-second rule here. What about that 100% off player discount?
Yeah, Ida and Hanna out there leading the charge. Hole 13. What a beautiful hole we have here, a par 4, 187 meters. Really tight tee shot with this low ceiling. That little branch will get you on the cross. And you just look out through this gap into the promised land, a beautiful meadow, all kinds of lovely trees. If you can just kind of navigate the low ceiling and tight gap off the tee, then you'll find yourself out there in the open, staring down this big, beautiful guardian tree, which gives you all options to go right, left, or through it, and then drops off pretty quickly behind the basket. Yeah, this is one of my favorite holes in the world, personally, just to view and play. It's a quite special one.
I understand your appreciation. One of the best guardian trees on the course, no doubt.
Yeah, and this tee shot's so fun. It's like
You gotta just punch through. Just
Yeah.
hit that gap. It doesn't really matter what you throw.
Yeah,
just punch one through, and it's fun. It's rewarding. It's challenging.
yeah, if you can get a little air bounce, or like I've seen people throw down the craziest rollers on it. I guess it does shape up just enough to allow that righty backhand roller to get laid down and just continue up the fairway. That's a super skilled shot, though. Forehand can play as well. Let's put a little flex on it. That catches that one little kind of evil branch. Kat in disbelief that the round's gone this way for her. She shredded this course up on day one, you know. I mean, put herself on lead card up there and at the top with the, such a strong field. Today's a different story.
Similar fate for Hanna. And a nice
good
spot there that she's found her way out of. That'll be well positioned for the par save. We go to Kat, pumping this one out there. I expect a bit more distance than Hanna's, given that she got more off the tee. That thing is
Wow.
huge, actually.
That was crushed. That was a missile.
Letting out some frustrations from this
Yeah.
round, no doubt. We go to Ella. Gonna have to throw a power hyzer. This one very soft out of the hand. I expect it will not make it all the way.
Yeah, this deep C2 with some low-hanging branches.
This is more the hyzer you expect to see. Eveliina playing
Oh,
the
yeah.
right side entrance into the green.
So good.
Fantastic ground control. And
Oh.
just like that, she continues to throw a perfect shot after perfect shot. She just needs to now find the perfect putts, and she
Yeah.
will be crushing this course. Hanna, her third now after the initial tree kick.
Brilliant approach. Right there next to Eveliina, just outside the bullseye. Kat's approach. Just leaked left a little bit.
There's
Yeah,
that
yeah,
slope
a little
behind the
soft.
basket now that she has to make a decision how aggressive she wants to get. I expect, given her round, she'll run it.
Oh, it does give it a good run. Just a little high.
And in for par after a worst case scenario shot off the tee. I thought she was in a bit of a zugzwang, no good option, no way out, but she finds her par after a solid scramble.
And Eveliina finds the birdie. Looking good here on the back nine. Even with all the failures to convert, she's right there in the mix still. Funny moment there between Kat and the caddy. Just trying to stay positive here. Moving on to hole 14. It's a par 3, 120 meters. Straight shot that moves left at the end. They have switched the basket on this one. It's quite a pump, you know. I mean, you are throwing downhill off the tee, but then it raises back up at the end, so it's just kind of over this little creek valley, and pretty tricky to get it all the way up to the green. We haven't really seen too many shots that have been giving people birdie looks so far. She trying some licorice, Finnish licorice. That's the face people usually make when they get handed some salmiakki here in Finland if they're not used to it. Salty licorice.
Eveliina, I think she's one of the few players who could get there on that sort of aggressive pushing line Ella maybe another one who could get all the distance here, but that shot will not be the one for that result. Early right side, I think she sat down fairly early. She'll have a lot of distance, but I think she's at least with an open swing. We'll see in a moment. Hanna shapes the gap really nicely, but the height not quite right. It's a little too tight. Her disc goes night-night.
Cat, early release. That's not a good place.
Well, it's not out.
We do have to shout out Rachel Turton here. The only birdie on the day so far as these final 2 cards coming in. Nobody's really seemed to be in great position on this card to get it. Oh, and Ella not in great position at all.
And I most certainly misread where her disc landed. She was in it right there, tried to force her way through it rather than pitching out, and effectively was the same as a pitch out, but now she was still compromised, so that's a long putt for bogey.
She's struggling now. Back nine's not going her way. Cat able to get some of the way out, but not really in great position to save the par. And up there on the green, about 7 meters. And Eveliina just quick flicking that forehand out right on point. And we won't see any birdies here. Cat is gonna have to take a bogey. Ella's got this one for her bogey. Oh, top nubs, but fortunate double there. Enough for the par. Short arms it. So a couple struggles here on the green from Hanna. Overall, she looked really great, but yeah, back nine not really going her way. +4 total now. This course can be quite punishing if you're not able to convert those birdie looks and keep it clean throughout. Seeing the teeth there. Cat +15. Really spiraling out of control a bit. Moving on.
Hole 15, par 4 at 145 meters. This is eagleable, however. Given that distance, it's downhill, but requires a lot of power, a lot of precision, and maybe even a little bit of luck. Players will most often, for the birdie play, be throwing to this landing zone prior to the Obi River dividing the landing zone from the green. They then have to pitch up their second shot onto this island green and contend with the elevated basket. Because it's downhill at 145, the actual power required is probably closer to 120, the distance of the previous hole roughly, but it's way more about the angle that you get than the power you give. Eveliina certainly a contender for the eagle chance.
Absolutely, and this is looking really good for it. If it can just get down and stay clean, it does. Just outside the circle. Eagle look.
Great drive. You'll see a lot of good eagle drives push the right side trees and fade right before them. You need to be very specific about it. Hanna playing for the layup birdie play. Understandable. And I think the most common play throughout the FPO field is to try and lay up and then cross. That other option reserved only for those with the most power. Cat, her layup is not particularly ideal. It is whatever, she's right. I think it will work, it's just not the best. We go to Ella. Another player who has solid power, but this one you see compared to Eveliina's not as turned, not as committed, and not as inbounds.
Yeah, these holes so grueling. 15 through 18 particularly. As you enter into the stadium-like effect, tomorrow this will be so full of people you won't believe it. It's already getting there. Gallery swelling. That forehand, not great. Kicks off the tree, left OB.
We see Kat looking to cross into the green. She does so very well.
I know this approach is good. It's gonna be for bogey though.
Eveliina for the eagle.
Chains out, scoops out the bucket from the back door, but it was a good effort.
The chance was there for Eveliina. The chance is there for Kat to secure par. For Eveliina, the birdie still in play. For Ella, after the OB, she does find that connection for the par as well. Being a par 4, fairly short one, it means you can still make one mistake and take that par. And Hanna, the lone bogey. Looking at these scorecards so far, only Eveliina has been able to keep it clean, bogey-free on this back stretch.
She's doing great on the back 9 here. So many dangerous holes, and even with those struggles on the green, she's scoring very well. Back to even for the round. 2 down on this back 9.
Hey guys, quick break. We just dropped our brand new 2025 MDG Media Tour clothing collection, which is now available on our online shop. You will find fresh apparel and a full lineup of discs. If you like what we do, if you want to support the project, this is the best way. See you on the website and enjoy the video.
Ida on fire out there, just torching this course all up. Moving on to a very tough hole 16, very infamous. I mean, notorious really for chewing people up and spitting them out. And it's a par 5 for the FPO, 222 meters. You gotta get off the tee clean. Somewhere past the little road path in the middle is ideal. And then you can make a decision whether you want to try to attack the island or you can continue to progress down the fairway and make that mandatory landing on the island a little bit easier. This one will give you some big numbers if you're not careful, because you have to stick that island. You're not allowed to progress up to the island unless the disc comes to rest on it, and thus major damage potential. Some good looking tee shots so far. This one flipping up nice, getting that skip into a prime position.
We saw an immediate shrug from Kat the moment it left her hand. That one, though, an absolutely fine, if not good shot. Ella's, however, in a lot of danger.
Way early.
Fairly unforgivable there, considering how big the landing zone is. We see that error, but this is wide enough that players are expecting to hit it. It's really the second and third shots which you're worried about here. Accessing the green should hopefully be the only place you find danger on 16, if at all. The tee shot, not the place you want to find an OB stroke.
And this hole offers such a crazy array of numbers and statistics that it's almost like
an anomaly.
Yeah, a total anomaly, really. You know, you'll see everything from the eagles to the, way over double-digit strokes. So, and then overall, 5.65 average. So totally eagleable. A lot of birdies out there, and then a lot of huge numbers. Great approach there. 43 OBs total today from the field on this one.
Wow. That number speaks volumes. Eveliina to get onto the island. It is very well done. Her impeccable throwing continues here. Kat ready to trust her disc. And that is not the timing. Again, there's just something wrong in the chain. The connection from lower to upper body. She'll have another chance from a few meters closer now. Much better width, a much better height, a good looking speed, a nice fade.
Oh, skips a little bit long, unfortunately. It was a good looking shape, just a little bit too hot.
And given the rules, she will have to keep throwing until she sticks the island. You do not play where you cross up on the green. This one is very high, very wide. Can it beat the hay bales? It does.
Fades in nice.
Sometimes we really can just shut up and let the players commentate their own shots. Hanna.
Juiced it a little bit. She collapsed a little bit here on the back nine. That is going to get on the island, though. Nice correction. As we mentioned, this one can get out of hand pretty quick. It's good to come to rest there on the island as soon as possible. Nice putt for the bogey. Continuing to show class and lots of ability.
Eveliina. Another short putt there.
For the eagle.
She had 2 eagle chances in 2
row.
holes. And unfortunately does not purely translate either of those. Does find chains, though, on both of the putts that she missed. You'll take a tap-in birdie.
Absolutely. Incredible shots to give herself those eagle looks. We did see.
It's such an interesting dynamic, Andrew, because ultimately you cannot score until you're making a putt. No matter how good your throwing is, if you find yourself repeatedly in C1 but can't close it out, it's the same as playing 2 layup shots in the fairway on the scoreboard.
Indeed.
A true contender from tee to green. We move now to 17, a 110-meter par 3 downhill, also sloping right to left. A lot of players are either going to throw the forehand hyzer if they have the power, for which this needs a lot because you have to get over the trees on the left. More commonly, what we see is the backhand turnover, ending to the right of the basket up on the hill, and then letting the slope, particularly on the anhyzer backhand, drag you back to the left. You have OB on all sides. Eveliina to continue her streak of amazing throws here. This looks great as well. She continues to find short putt after short putt. I can't remember the last bad throw Eveliina has had.
She's been so on point. Forehand plays too if you got it. Ella's got a world-class forehand and she's showing it off here. Skipping up onto that hillside. A little bit of a scary putt now. You'd like to hang that a little wider maybe and try to skip it closer.
You saw those trees I mentioned. You kind of have to go over them, which then brings way more power into the recipe, let's say. But from Ella going inside, she then has a longer putt as a result. Let's see Kat looking for a bounce back, looking to try and end on a positive note if it's possible.
Decent, but you'd like a little more ground player to get a little bit closer. Hanna just pitching it up. Kat laying it up as well.
We now proceed. Ella opting for the layup. Doesn't want any of that danger. Eveliina for the birdie. And that one is in.
Good get right there. It can be a tough hole for sure. 3.26 average. 14% of the field getting that birdie, so quite a nice one to collect here near the end. And for Eveliina, that means she's 4 down on the back 9 alone. Currently in 4th place. Looking to get up there on the lead card here on moving day before the final day. And here we are, hole 18 at the Beast. Very iconic as well. Spectators will line this all sides as we finish out the event tomorrow. And already today you'll see them out strong. 213 meters, lots of OB. From a pretty flat shot off the tee, and then it moves uphill a lot on the second shot up to this green, which is just like a video game, really. You got the huge scoreboard, you got the elevated basket, the OB pretty tight there. A couple of big spruce trees that'll catch you if you go along. All kinds of danger. Perfect fan experience. You see the bleachers built there. You see the VIP structure on the right. This is a pretty epic way to finish a World Championships, and this is exactly where it's going to go down tomorrow. So if you can, make sure you get on out to Nokia for the conclusion. If not, follow us along here on MDG.
No surprise, a great drive from Eveliina. Looking at that scoreboard, she has connected 4 of the last 5 holes for birdie. And for Eveliina's power, this hole even eagleable if she wants to try and take that risk on the second. You see a great shot from Ella as well, the more traditional forehand left to right shape for Hanna here. That will certainly play. We go to Kat, also opting for the forehand. This looks like it could be a touch inside, but hopefully inbounds, and yes, it is. That will be simply another positional shot from here. Curious to see if she goes over the out of bounds. She does. Will need to time the fade correctly, control the distance, and she's done very well there to continue the fight for the birdie on her back 9. Ella, her second.
Tons of body language trying to will this one back in bounds, and she does it just by a hair.
Double fist pump, let's go. She knew that was dicey, and she got away with it over the VIP media tents on the right.
Great expressions there from Ella. And just more proof that you really have to talk to your disc, whether it's verbally or non-verbally. You got to tell it what to do or it will not listen. That one fades out left. Unfortunately finds the OB.
I prefer to communicate with my discs through interpretive dance. We go to Eveliina. She prefers to communicate with them by crushing them down fairways.
It's just telepathic.
And she
oh my gosh.
is in the bullseye for eagle again, Andrew. The
3 out of the
third
last 4 holes.
eagle look here of her back 9.
That's bonkers.
Unreal. She's just on a different level with the throwing.
Just smashing it. That's on a different level up there on the stage of the scoreboard. That kind of says it all for their day. They're still having a good time, still beautiful people, but not the best results of their careers. And tomorrow's a new day. But yeah, like what Eveliina's doing is so impressive here. Okay, she hasn't capitalized on those eagle looks, but as you said, to put herself in position for those, all of them.
I would guess she was the only person who had all 3 of those holes for an eagle chance from circle 1.
Most certainly.
We see the putts not able to connect until we get to Hanna. Ella laid up, Kat off the cage. Eveliina for yet another eagle chance now in front of the crowd to end out her round and push herself firmly into the lead card.
To finish with 4 consecutive. Oh, yeah, the eagle putt.
The reaction from both Eveliina and the crowd says it all. A longer and harder putt now than she just had, but for birdie.
Still gets it done.
Everyone's happy to see that go in. I think Eveliina included.
Yeah,
The
3
putts,
down.
not enough to secure the eagles, but certainly enough to secure the birdies.
Yeah.
Look at that back 9, absolutely clean. And compare it to her competitors' cards. This
So
is
impressive.
not a back 9 to take lightly.
No, that was really great. And if she can do that again tomorrow, she's got herself a spot on the lead card. Eveliina, solid 3 down, 10-19 rated round here on moving day at the World Championships. Tell us about your day.
Yeah, it was raining a lot on the front 9, so it made it a little bit harder. I think all the other stuff, like drawing your discs and everything. But yeah, I had slow start. I had a couple of 3-putt greens, but then on those last 4 holes, last 6 holes, I get it going, and I had so many eagle putts, but I didn't make them.
Yeah, you finished very strong. 5 out of the last 6 birdies, and with those eagle opportunities. Yeah, how were you feeling overall?
Yeah, good. I'm happy that I'm still in the game and made that lead card, so I'm just waiting tomorrow.
Yeah, trying to defend your title as the world champion here in your homeland. What would it mean to you to get that done?
Yeah, I think like this is craziest place where I would like win worlds in front of home crowd, and yeah, it's just amazing.
It's an incredible opportunity. As it stands right now, you're 6 strokes behind the leader, Ida Lehtomäki. What's the game plan for tomorrow?
I just want to play well. Like everyone knows that anything can happen here, and if I just make my putts and don't have those 3-putt greens, it would be good.
Okay, it's going to be incredibly exciting. We're expecting 10 to 15,000 people. What is it like to play in front of that many people?
Yeah, it's amazing and different. Like we don't usually have that many spectators, so I'm just enjoying it, and like just having my friends and family here too is like so great for me.
Wonderful. We're wishing you the best of luck for tomorrow, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
She's going to have a pretty good chance of defending that title, even though she's pretty far back. You see it there, 6 strokes behind our leader, Ida Lehtomäki.
And it's pretty tight now. We saw after the front 9 there was a crazy separation in the field. It's now come back to a pretty stacked possibility. A lot of names could become your 2025 world champion. We have officially wrapped up round 4, the second to last. Join us for the next one to find out who will take that coveted title and ascend to be our next world champion.
Can't wait for it. Just one more round to go for this FPO. Appreciate all the support you do to help us bring you this coverage, and we can't wait to see you for the final round of the World Championships here on MDG Media. Thank you all.